After watching Robert Eggers' remake of Nosferatu, I must say, I am fairly underwhelmed. Admittedly, I can't tell you exactly what I expected. This is a modern gothic horror remake of the 1922 silent German film. It kept many of the same elements from the original. In that respect, I enjoyed it. Some of the cinematography was also quite well done. It also kept very much to the original intent of a retelling of Bram Stoker's Dracula. I even liked the further changes to the Dracula lore that it made. There were just a few aspects I really did not enjoy. First of all, it was incredibly dark. There was even a constant gray over everything. I know, it was winter and it's supposed to be dark, but it was just so incredibly dark at all times. There were many things that I either couldn't see or could only barely see. I even turned the brightness on my television all the way up. It was a bit much in my opinion. I could take or leave the mustache on Count Orlok. It wasn't great, but I didn't completely hate it. The fact that he was basically a walking, rotting corpse was a bit odd though. The story felt rushed as well. To avoid spoilers, I'll say that the character stand-in for Renfield did not get much explanation. Like Renfield, did he travel to Castle Orlok and get made into the Count's unwitting slave? Also, Thomas's time at Castle Orlok is sped through, leading us to imagine for ourselves how long he was there. Whereas in Dracula, Jonathan Harker let us know that he was locked in the castle for over a month. The ending also seemed to come together much too quickly. I also didn't totally understand how or why, when Ellen prayed to God and his angels, Count Orlok was able to hear her all the way from Transylvania. Is he some demon that's intercepting prayers from miles and miles away? The entire thing didn't really add up for me. Thomas unwittingly signing the contract to hand her over to Orlok was a nice touch, but I much preferred the Dracula take on the relationship between Jonathan, Mina, and Count Dracula. When you really dig into the story narrative of Dracula, there are quite a few messages surrounding repressed sexuality, purity, and alike. So those being worked into this film, though they were absent from the 1922 Nosferatu film, were not surprising. However, they seemed like the central focus of the entire film narrative, and they were not subtle or clever, in my opinion. I suppose I can say that I'm not much of a fan of Robert Eggers' work, so there is that. I would give Nosferatu a solid 3 out of 5.